Welcome to the Real Riff podcast. My name is Bill Markey.
My name's Thomas Angelo.
And we're riffing. We are getting right into it. We are riffing about Superman, which just came out July 11th. What'd you think?
I really enjoyed it. I mean, when did we saw it? Thursday night?
July 10th.
Yeah. So we saw it Thursday night. I really think that was like the happiest we've walked out of a movie that we've seen together like ever. Oh, like we were just so giddy. Like I haven't been like that in such a long time.
Yeah, it lifted my mood even like the next day when I was telling people about it. Even still right now, if somebody messages me or they just ask me at the gym, they're like, what was it like? And I'm just like, it's a good time.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what I say. It's fun. I don't expect to have fun at the movies a lot. Like, we're into dark stuff, even if
we're
we
always
like
seeing some fucking scary movie or whatever, something upsetting.
But this, it felt like a comic book, truthfully. It's a comic book movie, obviously, but this truthfully felt like a comic book, like the Superman cartoon, just on the big screen.
Yes, definitely. I guess what the biggest question is, what did you think of David Cornsweet?
I loved him.
Yeah.
I've only seen him in Pearl, and I thought he was great in that. I mean, he's, I think, the second tallest Superman behind Christopher Reeves.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's got the look. He bulked up big time. You can see his workouts online, like on Men's Journal or Men's Health or whatever. He put on a lot of weight. You could see it.
No, like definitely. He looked, yeah.
He looks like Superman. And one thing that they didn't want to do is have him wear a muscle suit. Because as big as Henry Cavill is, his suit was still like, it added. For Cornsweet, that's him. And I mean, I think he, as Clark, looked like how, to me, Clark should look.
Yeah, I think James Gunn, I'm pretty sure I read online, like James Gunn saw him in Pearl and was like, this guy looks like Superman.
Is it how it went?
I think that's how it went, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that,
I saw that, I think I just saw that today. That he saw him in Pearl, I was like, can we bring this guy in?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
One thing I really liked is that there's always that debate, how do people not know, like Clark Kent and Superman? But this movie pulls it off in a way. I mean, when he's Clark, his hair is messed up. He's got the glasses. They even say he has hypno glasses, so when other people...
They literally explain that, yeah.
When people are looking at him, or whatever it is, they don't exactly... It doesn't line up to look exactly like him, I believe. How the hypno glass... It like contorts what they see.
Definitely,
when he wears them, which I thought was a great touch. It covers that. Even the scene, which it's in the trailer, where he's stumbling on his way to work, and he's got the newspaper in his arm when he's first going to work. And he's not trying to bump into people. He's kind of coming off like he's, bumbling.
I think that's the first time we see Clark Kent.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And then that interview scene, which I don't know how you felt. I thought it was maybe the best scene of the whole movie.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think that's one of the most well-written scenes in the film.
Yeah, I agree.
In terms of just actually making Clark a more interesting character. And I mean, we kind of talked about it, how he was almost like, it's like almost like a teenage Superman in that scene,
Yeah, I mean, we were just saying before we started recording here how Pattinson was very emo. He was 2 years into being Batman. This is a Superman who's only 3 years in.
Yeah.
And he's not seeing the bigger picture. Like that scene with Lois Lane interviewing him, she's talking about all these things he didn't consider when he stepped into that war between the countries.
Yes.
But he was just focused on one thing. I saved people. And he still hasn't yet grasped the concept of, I guess, what would you say, like being more responsible?
Being more responsible. I also just think it's almost like when like a little kid like doesn't understand like the consequences of their powers. I feel like I've seen it was just in the new recent season of Invincible. I know you haven't watched it, but there's like a little kid now who has like superpowers. He's like the son of Omni-Man. And it's like he has these powers and he wants to do good, but he doesn't understand that he could like fucking kill somebody. It's almost kind of like how in the movie Crypto doesn't understand, like he's a dog So he just jumps on people, like he wants to like lick them, but he has fucking superpowers. So like he knocks over Superman, he knocks over whoever he, you know.
We are cursing on this podcast.
Yes.
So I whispered shit under my breath before, and I have a trucker mouth, but Tom just confirmed we are definitely cursing.
100%. That's not going to happen with that.
But yeah, definitely. No, I agree with everything you said. And I mean, I like it. Like he doesn't have his shit together in this movie.
It makes it way more interesting to watch.
Yeah.
As a character, you know.
I mean, he means well, obviously, but he's basically buying into his own shit in a way. He doesn't want to hear the negative talk. Like, he almost can't handle that.
Yeah.
And I like that because it's making him more, not just vulnerable, but dare I say, even a little more human. Like, he doesn't like Instagram and TikTok chatter about him. The Man of Steel has a problem with social media bad-mouthing him. And the fact that one other thing I like that James Gunn did to almost humanize him was he made it so that he can get his ass kicked. And he doesn't necessarily need kryptonite.
I mean, you know, I guess we should preface it by saying that we're going to do like non-spoilers, then get into spoilers, right?
Yeah. Have we said anything?
We haven't said anything crazy.
Okay. That's right.
But I guess maybe before, because I was gonna say like I'm pretty sure the first time we see Superman in this film, he's beat into a pulp. So that's how the picture's painted immediately.
Yeah,
that's the first thing we learn about him. But I mean, without getting into spoilers, I guess we can move on. I would say the casting is probably the best part, or one of the best parts of this movie in terms of. I mean, just across the board, the cast is insane.
Yeah, I mean,
and how they perform, it's crazy. I mean, even Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, I really liked her. Especially in that interview scene, I really thought she was killing it.
And she didn't come off like, you know, for lack of a better word or phrase, a damsel in distress.
No,
you know, she was a strong character with strong morals, a hell of a work ethic. I don't want to go into spoiler territory, but she has a big part to do with the end of the movie.
100%.
And I also thought Nicholas Hoult was incredible as Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he's probably my second favorite. Like,
yeah,
right behind David Cornsweet. Like, he's incredible.
And it's another look into a character who, like Superman, he's this, you know, he's on this level, or at least that's the way society and the world sees him. And he knows he's on this higher level, but he still has a lot of immaturity. He has a lot of growing to do. He can't handle the way Superman can't handle online chatter and how some people see him. We find out at some point neither can Lex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to mention, you brought it up before in terms of Nicholas Hoult just getting casted into like the cuck secondary roles.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that because I find that really interesting. Because I love the menu, and like one of my favorite parts of the menu was him, and just where his character. I'm not gonna get into spoilers of that movie, but where his character goes, it's almost kind of similar to Lex. I mean, a more darker path, but just the obsessiveness of that role.
Well, apparently,
because that character in the menu is obsessed with another character, and Lex is very certainly obsessed with Superman in this film.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
It's funny. I didn't actually think of that, but you're totally right. And with that role, with even him in Mad Max, I mean, he becomes in Mad Max Fury Road a badass, but when you meet him, they don't believe in him. Like, they don't want him to drive. They look down upon him.
Yeah.
Like, he's never... I don't know, like, when have we seen him in a role where you're like, oh, he's the man in this role? I don't think so. Meaning, like, his character.
Yeah.
Where you're like, this is the ass kicker of the movie. I don't...
Definitely not. I mean, definitely has his moments in Mad Max, but in terms of everything else I've seen, I will say, I mean, definitely his most layered performance that I've seen was Juror number 2.
I need to see that.
You got to see that. He was really, really good in that. I mean... My stepdad wants to see the new Superman movie because he's like, oh, the guy from Juror number 2 is playing Lex Luthor. Like, that's incredible. He literally said he got chills just watching him in the trailer.
Wow.
So, This is the Nicholas Hoult effect right now.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the funny thing is, like, he auditioned for Superman. Like,
Yes, yeah.
he goes for the big role, but then he was still so good. It's like, well, you're not Superman, but you're Lex. Like, I'm pretty sure he auditioned for Batman as well before Pattinson. Like, he's going for those roles.
He's going for them,
at least in these IP movies. I mean, but I'm grateful that we got Lex. I mean, it all him as Lex.
He fits perfectly.
Yeah.
God, even the way he emotes the hatred and the envy in his eyes. It's incredible. I mean, there's just straight up shots in this film of him just staring at Superman, and it communicates everything we need to know.
Absolutely.
And I said before that David Cornsweet and Nicole like were my favorite parts of the movie, but then I look at Mr. Terrific, and I'm like, oh, he might be. That might be my favorite character. Eddie
Gathegi. Yeah. Before we started rolling, we talked about like exactly how to
we pronounce
this guy's name. I had to look on YouTube to find an interview where he was introed. He was great.
Yeah,
he was fantastic. I mean, I think we're not into spoilers yet,
but he might have the standout scene of the film.
I think he does.
In terms of the action scene, he might have the standout action scene of the film.
Yeah, I think so.
In terms of just like when you think of Guardians 3, I'm thinking of the hallway scene.
Yep.
And when I talk about Superman, other than like a scene with his laser later in the film, which is awesome, I'm going to tell people that Mr. Terrific scene. I mean, I see it all over TikTok. I mean, I sent you one, but like it's just, it's everywhere about this guy. Everyone loves him.
And that scene is to me like the genius of James Gunn, where it's this awesome scene where, and you know the terms better than I do, but the camera is just rotating and you have to like keep your eyes peeled because there's shit happening all over the place, and it's funny, it's action packed, you're getting it from the perspective of this character, but then seeing all this shit go on in the back. It's just this constant like movement. But he also fills in a great needle drop, which is a James Gunn signature.
Yeah, what was the song?
5 years time.
5 years time, yeah.
Yeah. Like, which, it's like Hooked on a Feeling became big again. So did Come and Get Your Love because of Guardians. Like, I was at a wedding 4 years after that movie came out for my cousin who was my age. And Hooked on a Feeling was like the big song of the night. And they picked it because of Guardians.
Because of Guardians.
There's no way. We didn't know what that song was. Or if we did, Blue Swede. I didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
Like Redbone, like for Come and Get Your Love. I didn't know any of that shit. Now it's like he does this with music really well with just like the right scenes.
Yeah. What did you think of, I mean, because we talked about Mr. Terrific, what did you think of Nathan Fillion and Isabella Merced with the Justice Gang?
I would have liked to have seen more from Isabella.
Yeah, I mean, she does have one little standout moment that's interesting. It's cool. You get like her badassery that you saw in The Last of Us season 2.
I fully agree.
Yeah. And then I think Nathan Fillion's really funny. Like I think he does that really well, especially just walking around with that bowl cut. But
the cut and his constant facial expression is like, I know I'm supposed to like this guy, but he's also a dick.
Yes. Yeah.
And I love it. And one thing he said is he will be in the new Lantern show. And
like the True Detective-y type thing they're working on. Yeah.
And he said, there is a quote I've seen it circulating a lot, that he's dropped more F-bombs in that show than like in anything else.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So which I'm looking forward to seeing that character become a little more unhinged.
Yeah.
I guess because he's already fun as is. So this movie has made me more excited for a future Green Lantern project.
I remember they were also seen in the Peacemaker season 2 trailer, right? Even Sean Gunn was in there. Right? I saw like a little scene, like almost looked like an interrogation or something along those lines.
I believe so.
So they're going to be popping up a lot.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to it. Like, those were 3 characters. I mean, they're called the Justice Gang. Hawkgirl does say it's a working name.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah, we know where we're going. And I like that these are the 3. And when you go back to Superman, the animated series, the Justice League, or I should say when you watch the Justice League, which was in that loop with the Batman and the Superman animated series, that Justice League is huge. Mm-hmm. There is Mr. Terrific. There is Hawkgirl. I don't remember Guy Gardner being in it, but like as a kid, that Justice League was enormous.
I was interested, like, because I know nothing. Like, that's the thing. I mean, I really wanted to ask you, like, where do you come into this conversation with Superman, your relationship to him? Because mine's non-existent. I mean, I know nothing about the comics. I really haven't seen any of the older Superman films. I want to. I just really haven't gotten a chance to see them. So this is, like, my first real encounter with Superman as a character, really. Other than Man of Steel, this is it, you know? So I was curious, where do you come in?
Anybody who knows me knows that I'm obsessed with Batman. I mean, we have a little bit of my collection in the back. I've got a couple Batman tattoos with more to come. He's my guy.
Yeah.
And he's such a contrast to Superman, obviously for reasons that we don't even need to get into. Everybody knows. And as a result, it's what led me, I think, over the years to be less interested in Superman because of Batman being dark, not super powered, and just overall the fact that, I mean, I just think he's a cooler character. Mm-hmm. And he's a deeper character. That's how I just see it. Other people may disagree. So Superman for me was a distant for DC number 2. But I've seen, I think, the first 2 of the older Richard Donners. I've seen Superman Returns, you know, Man of Steel, Justice League, Snyder Cut, and now this. This movie made me really want to see more Superman.
Me too. This actually makes me really want to check out, because I had seen another YouTuber online saying that this Superman is really reminiscent of that Superman animated show.
Yeah.
And I'm like, God, I almost want to check that out now. Like, if that has that same vibe that this has, maybe the comedy's not as extreme, but the colorfulness of this world, I want to see, like, that replicated, you know? I want more of it now. So, right. You know.
Well, I think, too, this movie came at a really interesting and a really good time, I guess you could say. So where we're at right now with Marvel is Thunderbolts was good. Mm-hmm. It didn't perform great, but it was a solid movie.
Yeah, I'm really critical of them. And I would say it was a fun time at the movies.
Yeah, we have 18 months until Doomsday. Before this, we haven't seen a DC movie in a while. The last ones were not good. Aquaman 2, Blue Beetle, to name a few.
Was that the last one, Blue Beetle?
I think Aquaman or Blue Beetle, one of them.
Okay.
But DC was struggling, as they have been. Marvel lately hasn't been that great. We had the Batman. That was awesome movie. I mean, it was dark and whatnot. We've seen so many superhero movies where they go darker and grittier. And to me, combine that with Marvel, which is so, if you didn't see the last one, you may not understand this one, and where it connects, how it doesn't connect, what does or doesn't make sense. And then to me, Superman comes in and it's just a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
It's like, here's a movie that's, it's connected to other stuff that, you know, we're going to see in the future. At least we can assume so. But it really is still its own movie. To me, it's a standalone. It's fun. It's comic booky. It definitely doesn't take itself too seriously. But when it needs to, it does.
Yeah, it actually felt really good to go into a comic book movie and not have to worry about, like, oh, have I seen X? Do I know this? Like, will I not understand that reference? I mean, I only watched a few episodes of that Creature Commando show. I mean, what I saw, I liked. I just never got around to finishing it. But the only connecting piece was Frank Grillo, right?
I believe the only piece was, Rick Flag Sr.
Yeah, from that show at least, yeah. There's a couple other things that pop up.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, we can't get into it.
We can't get into it yet, but yeah. I mean, I want to ask you, did you like the cinematography? Like, did you like how this was shot, the action scenes? Because this is kind of unique for a comic book film. I told you after we saw it, like, I really haven't seen another comic book movie that looks this way. Well, how so? Before I answer your question. The way that the action's shot, I mean, it almost feels like, it feels very video gamey. Like, I guess that's the vibe I thought, and that's why I guess I was just like, I met the movie on its level, and I had a lot of fun with it. Like, I'm thinking about that shot, which I'm pretty sure it's in a trailer, so it's not really a spoiler, but like the teeth almost bouncing off the camera. Yes. And the way he really likes spinning around people.
Yep.
Like, he likes putting the camera on some sort of axis. I mean, there's a lot of dolly shots, like moving around axis. Like, there's a lot going on. But this movie has a real look to it, and I think it's because they use, in a lot of shots, they use a really wide lens. Like, especially even, like, remember I was telling you about that shot where he, like, punches the glass cage open and stuff like that? Like, there's a lot of wide lens used here. And it makes things look a little distorted, because I've seen a lot of people online be like, this movie looks really ugly.
Oh my God, I don't think so.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. I think sometimes the lighting could have been better. I mean, like, if I'm getting really film school nitpicky here, like, the lighting to me, and it sucks because I really love that interview scene, and I think that's actually one of the more well-written scenes in the film, even though I actually do think this is one of Gunn's weaker screenplays. Like, I think the dialogue passes, there could have been a bit more, but, like, the lighting in that scene I thought was a little ugly, but I actually would disagree to say that the action scenes look ugly. I think they look like, I think it just feels fun. In a way, I almost, like, wasn't watching this in a way where I was like, oh, that looks good, that shot was cool, this and that. Like, I was just having so much fun, especially because the movie moves so fast. You don't get a lot of time to study the shots and everything. Like, there's just so much happening.
I mean, it's barely a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
You know, when you take out a few minutes for credits, which you're going to sit through anyway, this 2 post-credit scene, like, it's a tight movie, and, like, you broke down, like, way better than I can, like, you know, the cinematography. And the word that came to mind, you just finished off by saying, fun. The movie actually, to me, is a bit distracting, and I actually mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because I've heard people relate certain things in this film to real-life politics, things that are happening right now in the world, and they should have been actually obvious to me. And not because I give a shit about politics. To an extent, I do, but on the most basic level. But at the same time, my brain didn't process that. Some movies, they do things that are on the nose. You can't help it. And somebody can argue this was on the nose. I didn't notice it.
There's a lot of things, yeah.
I didn't notice it. And maybe that could make me an idiot to somebody else. But, like, I was so into what the movie was doing on the surface, I was distracted.
Yeah.
Like, so going back to your question about the cinematography, like, maybe if I watch it again, I would agree with you about the lighting. But I was so into what they were doing, how they were bouncing off each other, Rachel and David, and the Mr. Terrific scene, the kaiju scene, and that's not a spoiler, it's in the trailer. I was just distracted by the film and just the fun of it. Yeah. It truly, as corny as this sounds, made me feel like a kid again. I wasn't processing.
It's a really giddy feeling. Yeah. The best way to describe it. But what I really wanted to ask you, I thought was really interesting. So the cinematographer, Henry Braham, I hope I'm not probably pronouncing that right. So he did the cinematography for The Flash, which I would say this movie looks more like The Flash. But he also did The Guardian. He started on Guardians Volume 2. I think he did 3 as well. Those films look really different from this. I would say this is definitely way more reminiscent of The Flash in terms of how it looks and how the action shot.
I think so.
But I think this is executed better than The Flash.
Oh yeah,
way better, right?
There's certain shots of The Flash where it looks...
And that it also could just be VFX was better in this film.
That's true. Yeah. But there's certain parts of The Flash that are hard, like the baby saving scene to get through. I'm just like, this is taking me out of it. It looks like shit. It's not just because the scene is so stupid. I mean, it's a superhero movie, whatever, but like ridiculous shit happens. But like that scene comes to mind, that whole opening scene where they're trying to stop the bank robbers and Batman's over here doing this, Flash is here, and it all looks like shit to me. It's like at the last minute they're like, we're closing this part of DC anyway, just finish the fucking thing. Like, I think this movie looks way better, for sure.
Definitely. Another question I wanted to ask you. This film feels like, you even said something along the same lines, like this feels like very James Gunn in the best way. And my fear, because I mean, this movie also is coming in as the start of a new universe. This is the beginning, so it's a real tone setter. I guess one of my worries was, because I remember you were saying like the Clayface movies next and the Supergirl movies next, but it's not James Gunn. My worry is like, does the tone of the world in this universe, like, will it work when James Gunn's not at the helm?
That's a good question, but at the same time, that concern didn't even come to me because, I mean, I think this might be obvious to say, I don't want James Gunn's Clayface.
Yeah.
As much as I would watch it,
No,
I
me
love
either,
that Mike Flanagan is writing.
Great choice.
So, and the fact that, like, to go back to Clayface for a second, Superman was announced maybe over 2 years ago or something like that. Clayface was announced, like, I think 5 minutes ago. It might as well have been.
Yeah, seriously.
It's already coming out
They fast-tracked the shit out of that, yeah.
September 11th of next year. Hell of a way to celebrate 25 years with Clayface on 9/11. But the thing is, like, what does that maybe tell me? It's not in a good way. It's not going to be big budget. It's going to be like a gritty film. It's going to be the opposite of this. I'm excited to see him, you know, bring in these different people with writers, directors, and whatnot, and put their touch.
Yeah.
They're not just like, here's what we're doing, get a director, the writer, whatever. They're going to do what we want. He's, you know, we even heard Luca Guadagnino.
Yeah.
It didn't happen, or it may not happen, but he was supposed to do.
Was that Sergeant Rock? Right?
Sergeant Rock.
Yeah.
Like, he's being strategic. You know, Andy Muschietti is running the Batman, the Brave and the Bold. Like, he has a say in everything. He's not just, in my opinion, trying to create a machine of like, okay, this is our way. This director's just going to do it this way. Like, he's like, I would like to see if James Gunn let Sam Raimi be just Sam Raimi, as opposed to when Sam Raimi had to do it the Marvel way, with a little bit of Sam in there, but he really had to do.
See, this movie feels very reminiscent of the Raimi Spider-Man films.
Yes,
very, like, heavily.
Yeah.
But Clayface almost feels to me, because, you know, I guess I was more talking in terms of, like, will this universe feel connected in terms of filmmaking and tone? Because, you know, with the MCU films, that wittiness is almost kind of what connects them all.
Right.
Each one has, like, this wittiness. Every single character is witty to a fault almost. And I almost look at Clayface as, like, do you remember that? I don't remember the fucking name of it. The Marvel thing. It was like Werewolf at Midnight or something.
I believe so.
It was like that black and white weird, like, horror thing. Like, is that Clayface in this? Or, like, will Clayface be a big player in this universe? You know what I mean?
I think
is it just a little side presentation, or?
I think what we need to see. Let me go back to your original question, which I guess I really didn't answer. Simply, I believe in James Gunn. So, if he really wants this certain tone, you know, to come out in these films,
Yeah.
I have no doubt. Like, I guess it's just how much I love the guy.
Yeah, because he's still shepherding things. He'll still be in the background, making sure it all connects.
Exactly.
I hope, you know,
and he's, like I said, him and Peter Safran are picking people strategically. Like, we're seeing and hearing big names get attached to these projects. And I do think, like, so Marvel, let me just restart that whole clusterfuck of a sentence. With Werewolf at Midnight is a great example of Marvel's continuity issue.
Yeah.
You said the other day, the shows feel like the minor leagues, the movies feel like the major leagues.
Yes, exactly.
They connect with tone, with the wittiness and all that, which I get. But sometimes you're like, wait a minute, like, how do these just connect overall? Because Werewolf at Midnight is the MCU, but it doesn't feel like it. Like, I guess tone, I'm not really concerned. Like, I trust that. I want to see how he just straight up, like, connects them. Like, I don't want to feel like I'm watching The Lanterns or Creature Commandos, but it's not that important to the movies. I want them to make sense together.
I think the tones being different will work. It's just more just connectivity.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you're doing a shared universe, there has to be some sort of connectivity. And my interest, because this is just the first film and we have nothing else to base it off of in terms of connectivity, is like, what does the connectivity for this universe look like? We know what it looks like for the Marvel universe. That's what I'm coming out of this. I'm most curious to see what that's going to be. You know?
Do you think, I know my answer to it, but do you feel like it's an advantage that Gunn has been in the MCU and he's done 4 projects for them, the 3 Guardians movie and the special.
Yeah, it's almost like playing for the other team and like learning all their tactics and then going and starting your own, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he has like secret intel essentially.
Their tactics and also what he doesn't like that they do.
Yep.
And he's talked about that in recent interviews. Things that he doesn't really like that Marvel has done. That he clearly is taking and he wants to do here. One other thing, and I don't think fans should expect this to happen a lot, but he's listening to the audience.
He is he's so active on Twitter. I see him all the time responding to people like random little comments.
Yeah.
So that's awesome, man.
And he's apparently Crypto originally got punched by Ultraman in this movie.
Oh, it got cut, right?
And he cut it because it didn't test well.
Crypto still kind of gets hit a little bit.
Yeah, he gets his
Yeah, a little bit.
The engineer.
We're not getting into it yet, but
No.
we'll get into it eventually. But yeah. Did you want to talk about the budget at all? Box office, how it's doing?
Well, the overall right now is what, 217 million?
No. Yeah.
And they had
The weekend opening was 122.
Yep, which is the best for any solo Superman movie.
Okay.
So sort of Dawn of Justice might have been higher for that first opening. But I mean that's great. It says something. I don't remember exactly what the projections were.
Yeah.
But I do know going into July, Fantastic Four was favored to be the biggest opening.
Okay.
I don't know if that's still the case, but Superman right now is doing better than what was projected for it. And I fucking love that.
Yeah.
I think it's an awesome start, like to the DCU.
It was needed. They needed
Yeah.
they needed a start. They needed something, especially with the other DC movies as being like in complete shambles.
Yeah.
They needed this pick me up. This is good.
Do you think, I feel like I know your answer. I don't even have to ask this, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you like the fact that this movie doesn't necessarily, it does, but doesn't necessarily tell us exactly what's coming next?
Yeah, it kind of does near the end.
It does.
We can talk about if we like that later or not. I kind of appreciate just the episodic feel of this. I think that's going to be really, really cool for rewatchability.
Yeah.
Is how episodic this feels. Like you just go right into it and it's just Lex versus Superman. And you know, you get the Justice King and everything. Like, it doesn't spend time setting anything up. It's just one whole story. And I kind of almost appreciate that. Like, I think this movie will be so rewatchable just because, all right, I just want a little Superman episodic adventure. You just turn on and that's what you get. Yep. It's almost like a prolonged episode of an animated show, you know?
It really reminded me of one because the opening of the movie literally gives you like the Star Wars scroll, essentially.
A little bit, yeah.
To tell you, this is where we're at. And Star Wars to me is, there are still some people who, they like the origin movie. Like, I get it. But and maybe they feel like, oh, it's a new Superman, it's a new world, give us another one. I've heard a couple people say that. Go back to Star Wars. Go back to Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the movie just starts and you're with them.
Yeah.
That's it. And nobody's Darth Vader comes out, you have no idea who the fuck this is if you've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scroll, sure. The scroll just sets up the opening scene.
Yeah.
That's what Gunn did. He just set up the opening scene. And you're dropped into this world.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And no part of me was like, oh, I wish I would have. Like, even when you see Clark meeting with his parents on this planet, no part of me is like, shit, I wish I would have seen more of when he first met. I don't need it.
Yeah, I don't even care.
No.
Yeah.
I got exactly what I needed from those scenes with them to see what that relationship was like.
All right, that leads me into my next question. Did you like the editing of this film? And I almost mean that in terms of pacing and, you know, a lot of people's worries coming in with the trailers, like, oh, is this too bloated? Is this film overstuffed? Is this film overstuffed with themes, characters, especially with characters? I think people were really worried about the Justice Gang and Crypto and, like, their inclusion and how much of them there is in the film. How do you feel?
This is just a me thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if Spider-Man 3, the one with Tobey, is still this lingering thing of too many people, too many villains. We are so far removed from that. But people still sometimes... I'm like, haven't you all seen Infinity War, Endgame? I mean, look at the Suicide Squad movies. All these characters stuffed into one.
Especially the Gunn Suicide Squad. There's a lot going on in that.
And the thing is, I've never said this about a movie. It is bloated. It's a bit overstuffed, but it works. Usually those are things you say to a movie when you don't usually mean them complimentary.
Yeah.
Gunn does stuff this movie. At no part was I confused. Like, wait, who's this guy? What's she doing? Like, my brain was with it the entire time.
Yeah.
I didn't lose track of characters, storylines. I had no issue with the editing.
Yeah. There was only one time in the movie, and when we get into spoilers, I'll be specific about what it was, where I was like, whoa, what the fuck is happening?
Okay.
There's one part.
I wonder if I'm on board with that. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, my opinion is I think the film does well with its characters in terms of like being bloated. Like, I actually think I love all the characters in this film. I love all the characters in this film. My only little hiccup is I think it's maybe it has a lot of themes stuffed into it. But saying that, it's almost like kind of laying the roots for the universe in a way. Like, there's a lot of branches at this in terms of like the tone, and not the tone, the themes. You know, the political nature, the different countries that we get. There's a lot of roots that could be expanded in different movies. And I almost think that's what he was doing. Because I remember he even said that he's working on like the not sequel, but sequel to Superman. Like, what could he explore? There's a lot to explore. Even after this, like, this film does not wrap everything up in a nice bow. You know what I mean? There's still a lot left unanswered and a lot of roots that can be built off of. So that's kind of my, like, as it stands right now, I think it is a little stuffed with its themes. Like, there's a lot going on. And I'm happy at least Superman has a complete arc from beginning to end. And I really like it, and we'll talk about it when we get into spoilers. But there was just a lot going on. And I'm like, well, I wish he could have spent more time on maybe some of the more political machinations that were happening, you know? Because they're just touched on.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just touched on because the movie's so breakneck into the action and everything. But I'm glad at least we get a complete character arc for Clark. I mean, more so for Superman, not really Clark.
This reminds me of the Batman, where if you want him in the suit, you get it a lot.
Yes, yeah.
Where you don't
very similar.
You don't see Pattinson as Bruce a whole lot, but boy, do you get him as Batman. And this one, I think you get a lot of corn sweat in Superman. With that said, do you think there was enough Superman?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's mostly, you know.
Well, there are times where the movie just starts to focus on the Justice Gang and Lois Lane
for a big portion.
And
near the middle, yeah.
And they let Superman just.
It was needed. I wanted to spend more time with the other characters. Because the movie's very front loaded with Superman.
Yeah.
Very front loaded. I guess what I just appreciate was just how, I don't know, like how much the arc of Superman like isn't like with the identity crisis that he has. I really appreciate that because it almost feels like in the Batman, because you mentioned it, in the Batman, the character arc is for Batman. It's kind of like him learning to use hope and not vengeance.
Right.
In this, it's Superman dealing with an identity crisis. It's not really Clark Kent. Like, Clark Kent doesn't have an arc in this film. And that makes me interested. I'm like, oh, maybe he's going to do that in the sequel. We're going to focus a bit more in on that because we get the super... That feels wrapped up here. Like, you know what I mean?
Even when he is Clark, he does the interview and starts kind of arguing, but more as Superman.
Yeah.
Like,
there's even that line about the third person. Why are you speaking in the third person? It's like, it's something I'm trying.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Actually, that's just real quick. Did the comedy take you out of it at all, or did you? There was a lot of comedy.
Parts. There's one emotional scene in this film that really hit for me. Some of the other emotional scenes feel like they are bogged down a little bit with the comedy, but the straight comedy, where it's just straight comedy. I definitely know what my biggest laugh of the film was, but I can't say it without getting exposed. I think we're kind of on the same page with that one.
Okay.
But the straight comedy works really well for me here. I thought it was hilarious. Like, this is probably one of the funniest movies I've seen in a while.
I agree. Let me ask you another question. Rewatchability. Is this a movie you just rewatch in full? Do you just put it on in the background while you're folding laundry?
Anything. I would want to pay attention to this. Just because the action's so much fun to watch, in my opinion. But again, I was just saying, it's that episodic nature of this story. Like, if there was a 30-minute prologue with the opening of him coming down in the stupid fucking spaceship and everything, it's like I would not want to rewatch this.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact that the movie, he drops in and we're in. Like it's like literally an episode of a show.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, James Gunn is dropping us not just into Superman, he's dropping us into the universe. Mm-hmm. Because there is no, wait, where did the Justice Gang come from? They're just there.
yeah.
Like he sets, and I had to remind myself of this once or twice when there's some crazy shit happening, like a kaiju. Again, that's in the trailer. Like I was thinking, is that a dream sequence? When I saw the trailer, I was like, there's no way there's a giant kaiju. There is. He loves kaiju too. There's Starro and Suicide
right.
Squad, the giant worm in Guardians 2. But anyway, like, where he tells you there's metahumans, there's monsters. In fact, he calls this phase. We didn't talk about this. I don't know if you knew this, but he's labeling every phase.
Oh, is it gods and monsters?
It's gods and monsters.
Yeah.
And he tells you that this world knows there's gods and monsters. So when you're meeting these characters, they don't even say, where did Hawkgirl come from?
It's a very normal place.
Yep. She's just
for
there.
These people. I mean, even like the evacuations in Metropolis, it says normal. It's like, oh, here's our daily fucking evacuation. It's like...
You kind of reminded me, this may not be the best example, but Godzilla -1, where they know he's there, but it's not like people aren't living there anymore.
No.
They're living there. There's just
still
signs
lives to live,
of Godzilla. And then when there's like in -1, there's like a code red or something, and they all know what to do. Mm-hmm. It's like in this movie, it's a similar thing.
Yeah.
They know there's gods. They know there's monsters. I like it. And that's where it feels like...
I mean, yeah, there's even that scene. This is not even really a spoiler because it's in the trailer of like Clark and Lois embracing and there's shit happening in the background. Like there's fighting going on in the background. It's just completely normal place. You know, like they're just chilling and like there's shit going on and he's like, well, it's whatever. It's for the B team. Like, you know.
She even says like, you're gonna go out there. He's like, they got it.
No, they got it.
Or something like that.
But I mean, just without spoilers, this is something you would recommend to people.
100%. And if we're gonna go by the numbers, IMDb 7.7, Metacritic 68%. Rotten Tomatoes has audience 93%, critics 82%.
That's really good.
Right now,
that's
it's
really good.
4.6 out of 5.
Yeah.
Say what you want about Rotten Tomatoes, there's still legitimacy there.
But what would you say to Man of Steel fans who really love the dark, gritty Superman? What do you tell them going into this?
Be ready.
Be ready, yeah.
Just literally be ready. Mm-hmm. It's not Man of Steel, and in the best of ways. And I don't love Man of Steel. I don't hate it either. I like it.
I'm very whatever about it.
However, and this isn't a case of now that we have something new, I'm going to just jump on this and fuck the old stuff. I like Henry Cavill.
Yeah.
I think Jesse Eisenberg, there was potential. We just never got there, obviously. And even Russell Crowe's in it. Like, it's a really Lawrence Fishburne, the cast, Amy Adams, it's there. But it just wasn't the movie I wanted. Mm-hmm. I didn't even know I wanted this movie.
Yeah.
I just knew I wanted a different Superman.
And this gave you what you wanted, but you didn't know you want? Like, is that kind of the type of thing? Okay. Yeah.
I didn't know I wanted the Justice Gang and, again, the kaiju, this crazy shit Lex has that we'll get into when we get to spoiler territory.
Yeah. There's holy shit, yeah.
Yeah. Like, I didn't know I wanted that, but I want it, and I can't wait to see more of not just Superman, but, again, what you said. How this connects to the projects to come.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. I mean, there's a couple of things in terms of the straight filmmaking that is didn't like. I think the lighting really could have been worked on. I mean, there's a lot of scenes of exposition and the dialogue that I think the dialogue needed a pass or two.
I can see.
There's some really solid dialogue in terms of the monologues near the end.
Yeah. And
especially one emotional scene and the interview scene. I think the interview scene is the strongest example of writing in the film. But there's definitely needed a dialogue pass or two, in my opinion. So. And the lighting could have been improved a little bit. I think there's little things that could be tweaked out. But as a start, this is really good. I would recommend it to people 100%. We didn't get to see it in IMAX. I want to fucking go back and see it in IMAX.
Absolutely.
Just to see that crazy action on the biggest screen and biggest, best way possible. That's where I'm at, though.
I couldn't agree more.
This book, I noticed, like, this was literally the happiest we walked out of a movie. Just in terms of mood, I think ever.
I truly felt myself smiling the whole time. Mm-hmm. At one point, and I've been telling people this when they've been asking me how was it, I do say I turned to you and I was laughing and I was like, what the fuck is going on in this movie?
Yeah,
and I didn't mean that in a bad way. Like, it was just one of those, like, can you believe this? Mm-hmm. Like, can you believe this is actually happening? This movie's insane.
Yeah,
and not
really
in a bad way. It's just more into the mind of James Gunn. Mm-hmm. The twisted lunacy, the comedy, the unhinged nature, the action. And then when he needs to, there's not as much maybe in this movie as Guardians, but it does have its deep moments.
Yeah, he has a uniqueness and randomness and weirdness to his filmmaking and his scripts and everything. That's just, it's so weird, but it works.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if this film's the strongest example of that. I think his Guardian efforts definitely show a bit more of his personality. But I think he had a lot going against him with this one in terms of starting the universe. Like, he had so many other boxes to check. This really just makes me more interested to see what's coming next from him within this universe, and what I can't wait to see him play around when he doesn't have to worry about so much other shit.
Right.
You know, I want to see a movie in this universe where he can just be full James Gunn and just max out on the James Gunness of it all, and not have to worry about, well, I'm starting a universe with this. I have to set up the tone, the filmmaking style, everything. That's what I'm really interested in, even though I really enjoyed this.
Well, he said he's not concerned right now with each movie being necessarily a commercial for the next one.
Yeah.
Like, he is building a universe, but it's not like the big concern.
That's what I needed to hear.
Yeah.
Because that's what, God, that fucking, what was that, Captain America movie, The Brave New World? Literally, that's a commercial for everything else that's coming next.
Yeah.
That doesn't even feel like a movie.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
But with that being said, do you want to get into the spoilers?
Yeah, I was literally going to say that.
Yeah, I think we've covered all our bases.
Yeah, let's go into spoilers.
All right, so spoiler warning now, starting now. You want to start from the beginning, or what we could do whatever here. So jump into wherever you want to jump into right now.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, what was because I just want to see if I'm on the same page when you said it's the funniest scene in the movie, and you think I felt the same.
Oh, the Sean Gunn cameo.
Oh yeah.
Like, that got 1000% the biggest laugh out of me. What does he say? He says something like, all things that I think the one thing that liberals and conservatives can both agree on is that Lex Luthor sucks.
Does they say sucks or fucking sucks?
I think he says fucking sucks. Yeah.
And the way that Sean Gunn, so Maxwell Lord funds the Justice Gang.
That's why they have those suits and everything, right? Yeah.
One thing I noticed, forgot to tell you this, when we saw the movie, is when you look around the Hall of Justice, the Hall of Justice is in it. That's really not a big spoiler in the merchandise reveals. They even put out like a Hall of Justice like pin or something.
We're in the spoiler section now. So,
but there was a picture in the background.
Yeah.
And it was the three of them, Guy Gardner, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific, and then Gunn was next to him.
Oh.
I noticed that. I meant to tell you. Like a proud, owner, father, whatever. So it's interesting because Maxwell Lord is, to my knowledge, always a villain.
Oh, he's the Pedro Pascal character
from Wonder Woman 2.
That shitty movie, yeah.
Yeah. And in this one, he's funding them. So I don't know if that's going to be explored, but that's an interesting dynamic. But
I'm interested to see, because I saw the little bit of him in the Peacemaker Season 2 trailer.
Yeah.
And he looked really funny. So I can't wait to see more of that character, because it's literally that he's just on the TV. Did you, like... It's not even a full scene. He's just on the TV in the background, but it still got the biggest fucking laugh out of me. It was so well done.
I cackled out loud.
Like, what a great use of a cameo.
Yeah.
I mean, did you like the John Cena Peacemaker cameo too?
I loved it.
I feel like there wasn't enough going on. I mean, there was enough going on. Like, I just didn't even hear what he was saying. What was he saying?
He was giving his opinion on Superman. It was something like, we can't trust him. And actually, our theater was pretty quiet. We didn't have a raucous theater. That got some reaction. I heard people react to John Cena being in there. And it does confirm Peacemaker is in this universe, as if we didn't already know.
Yeah.
But Peacemaker does exist. But I do agree about the Maxwell Lord. One question I have for you, and it's the biggest, I guess, surprise of the movie and overall decision, in my opinion, for Gunn to make, is the one regarding Superman's parents, which you can take it away on that one as well as give me your opinion.
Okay. Well, first of all, seeing Bradley Cooper, you knew Bradley was in this?
Yeah.
I didn't know Bradley was in this. So when I saw Bradley,
I didn't know
was
his who. I just knew he was in it.
Yeah. When I saw him, I was like, holy shit, what the hell's going on? And that was so early into the film because
10 minutes.
Yeah, even less. It was like, oh wow, this is crazy. I really appreciated that. That made like, because that's Superman's whole arc in this film, was that identity crisis of who he is and what his path. Now it really reminded me of Omni-Man from Invincible. I know we were talking about that before. It really reminded me of that, and especially when it comes down to Invincible in that series, just like, well, my destiny is to conquer this planet, but I want to do good. So that's kind of where he's at, and like he has to deal with like, he used that message as like his like peace soother like for so long, and now it's kind of like evil,
right?
In a sense, not that it's evil. I mean, it makes sense that they would want to repopulate Earth or whatever, but in terms of like, he has become an Earthling, he's become a human, and now he has to question like his basic function as a human. I thought that was really interesting. I'm glad that it wasn't some bullshit where it was like, oh well, like Lex Luthor like change the message or whatever. Like the fact that Gunn stuck by that as a twist, really well done, and like made Superman 10 times more interesting than if it was just like, oh, we love you, be a good son, be good to the humans, you know. It makes it way more complicated.
It was a twist in itself for me that Gunn stuck to it, because when Lex Luthor reveals, oh, this message from Superman's parents are saying to take over Earth, repopulate here, fuck everybody, kill them, do what you have to do. I was thinking, how are people not questioning the people of Metropolis and the world? Okay, like, how do you know it's just not AI?
Yeah.
Lex
especially in our modern landscape,
Yeah. I mean, they're not even, he just said, oh, we translated it. But people believe him, which also makes sense because people will just sometimes believe whatever is put out there. Mm-hmm. And I just kept thinking they're going to get to the truth of it. His parents never said that. We had a minor technical difficulty for a moment.
To stop recording on us.
So, shit happens. We're in the growing stages, just like the DCU. Anyway, we were talking about
the twist with Superman's parents.
Yeah. Gunn's decision to stick to the fact that Superman's parents told him to go take over Earth. Mm-hmm. And you had no problem with that.
No, I thought it made it much more interesting, and I really like how the movie starts with Superman, you know, using the message to, I guess, help him when he's healing. Like, it helps him, like, calm down. And how at the end, it's his foster parents. And I thought the most emotional scene in the movie was the talk with him and the dad. That really worked for me. Pruitt Taylor Vince, who plays Pa Kent.
Yeah.
I thought he was incredible. I really thought he was really, really good. And I can't wait to see more of that character, because this movie really doesn't give us a lot with them.
A few minutes.
What I really like, though, is that James lets us feel like that Superman is the way he is because of them.
Right.
Like, and you feel that with how he interacts with the different characters, and how, like, immediately saves a squirrel at one point. Like, you could feel that person came from them when you do meet them, you know? Like, you could see, and I think there's even a nice little, like, moment where, like, Lois catches that. It's like, she's like, okay, I get why he is the way he is.
Right.
You know?
Well, I like the fact that, if I remember correctly, him and Pa are literally wearing, like, the same outfit.
Yeah.
They're both wearing, like, flannel, like, open, like, button shirts and jeans and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And another thing that I like is what Kevin Costner and Diane Lane, like, as the parents in Man of Steel. Mm-hmm. In this,
God, Kevin Costner has, like, the lamest death in that movie ever.
The lamest death, but it's like, oh, I'm also watching Kevin Costner. Like, this actor or the actress who's playing Ma, it's not, like, distracting me from, like, Clark Kent. It's like they seem more real life to me.
Yeah.
Like, granted, nothing against Kevin Costner. I can get into him playing Pa Kent. But the fact that they chose these people, like, they casted them, And just that guy looks like somebody like I know. Like he looks like a next door neighbor.
Like that seems like a nice place to just like go settle in and have like a nice breakfast, and like you know the food's gonna be good, you know they're gonna be nice, like you know what I mean. It just feels that way. It feels like your grandparents' house.
Exactly.
Like that coziness.
Yeah. They seem like people who are like vulnerable.
Yeah.
Individuals and whatnot. They mean well. Kevin Costner still looks like, I keep going back to him, but it's like, you know, big guy, he's still a badass. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I thought this movie just overall, and that's an example of what you said before, is incredibly well casted.
Yeah. So I think the twist with his parents, the arc of Superman in this film, really like that.
Yeah.
I will say, though, since we're in spoilers now, I really love the scene where Lex actually goes through with killing that one guy.
Yeah.
And I also like the nice little touch that, like, there's a nice newspaper clipping at the end that says he's, like, the hero of Metropolis.
Yes.
Like, Gunn, I love how Gunn does not forget about anybody. He never leaves anybody or characters behind.
Lex killing that guy, that was a scene where I thought, okay, they're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And not only does he do it, he does it quickly.
Very quickly.
It's not like, he's doing Russian roulette, essentially, just with the guy. And I'm like, okay, the first bullet, no. He's going to save him. Second bullet, done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did kind of feel like his villainy peaked in that moment, though. Like, he never does anything that evil later on. Like, it's just the Ultraman stuff, really.
True.
And even now he's like, I'll, I forget the exact line, but he has some sort of line where he's like, you know, I'll care about, like, I'll worry about it when I'm in a city I care about, or like something. Like, he just did not give a shit about ripping Metropolis apart to get Superman's attention.
I was going to say, I don't know. I mean, those are words over action, because that's pretty villainous.
Yeah, and the stakes are really high. I mean, the world is literally ripping apart. Yeah.
Did that take you out of it at all?
No, again, I met this movie on its level.
Okay.
From the beginning, and I was just riding the wave. But it was a little like, okay. And the fact that it just all pushes back together. Like, I even made I was like, oh my God, when the building just comes back together.
Essentially,
I was like, oh, okay. But, like, again, I'm meeting the movie on its level, and I'm having the fun with it, so.
What was the name of that river again?
What river?
That was a little silly. That, like, Proton River or
whatever
something.
I don't know.
And he's
I was
trying
talking
to
to my
save...
friend about that, and we both said, like, that was maybe a little bit too much.
Yeah,
It was a little, like, it almost looked like Lego-y, like it looked like blocky.
It's reminding me of a scene from, like, Wreck-It Ralph or something.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes, it did.
Where, like, graphics are just falling apart or something.
No idea what the fuck that was.
I really
they're
didn't get
falling into a black hole.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cool when God, now I'm just jumping all over the place. But when Ultraman got knocked into the black hole with a bus.
Oh yes. Yeah,
did you like the Ultraman Bizarro like clone type thing?
You know, nobody else is saying Bizarro. I think it's Bizarro.
Was it?
Is it not? I mean,
I guess not. I mean, I have no
clone.
relationship to the Superman comic, so I don't know if Ultraman is a character.
He is, but I believe.
Is it usually a clone of him?
I don't.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just took it as bizarre. Maybe not Bizarro.
Yeah.
But like, okay, this is essentially what it is. Like, it's a tribute to him. One way or another, I didn't have a problem with it. I mean,
me too.
There was a shot that came out before the movie came out, and it was somebody facing off with Superman who had long hair and was wearing all black. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, I guess that's whoever Ultraman is. I didn't really know. When he was standing there, I'm like, in my mind, I was like, I think that's another version of Superman. Yeah. But I still wasn't sure. It was like a good mystery to the film. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, even the engineer's like nano little thingies.
The nanotech.
Really cool. Like, I love that shot of her like turning her hands into the blades.
Yeah.
And even how like Superman was like using the going up and down to get rid of it and stuff.
I thought that was cool. Yeah.
It was really cool how they like played around with that. Like, I love that stadium fight scene when he's like suplexing Ultraman and stuff. Like, that was awesome.
It was a kind of a quick scene, and it was a pretty simple. Like, they fight for a little bit, then they take off to the sky, come back down, but it worked. It wasn't like a long, in my opinion, like drawn out fight. No. And there's like levels to it. It's like, that's level 1, she gets taken out. Then level 2 is like, now it's Superman versus Superman. And like, I like that it's a fight that's evolving as it's going on. It's not just staying Superman versus these two. Like, it becomes, the first threat is when the engineer takes over Superman's face and she's choking him with the nanotech. and then he eliminates her. The reveal of Ultraman. I like that it's like a layered fight.
Was she killed? I think she was killed.
I think they said like we lost her or something. I think.
Yeah.
They did say
that was good that
yeah.
They at least they get taken out.
Yeah.
Trying to think. Oh, I guess the other secondary antagonist was the leader of the was it Boravia? Boravia?
I
Boravia?
believe so. Yeah.
And I love Isabella Merced's little scene where she's like, "Yeah, I'm not Superman." Just drops him
and lets him go.
Yeah.
I like that.
The movie needed that, and I even love the little transition of how like it goes from dropping to like someone drops something into a cup,
like Alka-Seltzer or something like that.
Something like that. It drops like that was a really cool transition.
Maybe I took this the wrong way. I'm thinking I did now that I think about it more. But I was going to make a joke with you. When Superman goes to the fortress and the robot is stabbing himself in the head with the screwdriver, I was like, is he trying to commit suicide or was he just trying to fix himself?
I don't know if he was trying to fix himself, but if it was like a suicidal thing, that's really fucking funny.
But they do end up like getting fixed.
Yeah. Were all the robots voiced by Alan Tudyk? No, because there was a female one, right?
Yeah, I don't think he
It was
did
cool
the
to hear
voice of
Alan
her.
Tudyk.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like those. I like how he calls them the Superman robots.
Yeah, just simple.
That's cute.
And they
Yeah.
focused on number 4.
Yes.
It was like, for some reason, it was all about number 4.
Was number 4 the one who was going like that? Okay.
Might have been him. Easter eggs. So we talked about, and there's going to be more that people find for sure. It's going off the top of our heads.
Yeah.
But yeah, Peacemaker, that's one of them. We do get, before we get to like, I guess you say the big one at the end, we do see that Gotham City, as if we didn't.
God, you went crazy with that.
Yeah.
With a little, like, this show's a show. The fans will go crazy over anything. The little Gotham City turnoff sign on the highway.
It had to come. I figured, I'm like, if they just say one thing about Bruce Wayne, or, I mean, James Gunn did say, maybe Superman has met him before. Maybe he hasn't.
Yeah.
Like, he was playing with that.
It's kind of like a Joker situation in the Batman 2022.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't know, like, have they met or not? But we do know Batman, he has to be in existence.
Definitely.
So, because The Brave and the Bold is going to cover Damian Wayne. So we know this is a Batman that's a slightly aged up. Plus, he was in Creature Commandos.
Yes.
So he had one silhouette
and like that
scene.
little like hell thing or whatever that was. What the fuck was that?
He was watching Dr. Phosphorus, who was a villain in Gotham.
Yeah.
And that's essentially how Phosphorus got thrown in jail. Also, Alan Tudyk.
That's right. That's right.
He's all over it. Clayface, Phosphorus, this movie. But the big one...
Gunn loves his Alan Tudyk.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. But the big one, and he always plays a robot that gets attacked. K2SO in Rogue One.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A robot that gets like obliterated.
Seriously.
What did you think of I guess you say the biggest Easter egg in the film, which you can tell us about?
Yeah, Supergirl. What's the actress's name? Millie
Alcock.
Alcock. Yeah, she seems really cool. And so my worry, because I remember we would even talk about this at the gym, like, what the hell is so different from Superman and Supergirl? And it's like, is your second movie being Supergirl like kind of a weird thing to go from Superman to Supergirl? But her personality, even though she was drunk in the scene that she was in, which I thought was really funny, is her personality seems a lot more punk rock, rebellious than Superman, and I think that's good. We needed something different. Like, if it was just a female version of Superman, then what the fuck is the point,
Right.
But she seems awesome. Like, she seems great. Like, I'm excited to see that movie now with her. And what was really interesting was I thought Krypto was Superman's dog, but Krypto's actually her dog. Yeah. And Superman was just watching Krypto in this movie.
Yeah, he makes a joke he was fostering
it. Yeah. Oh my god, I love that line that the robots have with the dog, where they're like, "We do not care if it lives or not," or like something like that. That was funny.
And it makes sense. Maybe Krypto's that way because his owner doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
Because dogs will behave the way that you train them.
Did we talk about Krypto, like his inclusion?
No.
Okay,
Really.
we can get into it a
much.
little bit, not too much. But do you think it was too much? I mean, he really is the main reason Ultraman gets killed off. So
Gunn based the dog off of his dog.
It was really cute. I mean, I love the scene when Superman wakes up and he's just laying on him.
And he's laying on him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and James Gunn in real life doesn't have kids. Mm-hmm. So his dog his whatever his dogs, but is everything.
God, you feel that in all of his movies too.
And he loves animals, and I love that. He based again Crypto off his dog, and I mean, it was a cool touch. I mean, at times, Crypto's there for big stuff, like when Mr. Terrific is working on the black hole,
and the scene where he kills the raptors.
Yeah, like
I don't know if they die or not.
I don't think so. You hear them like reacting when they hit the ground, but Crypto's involved in like every big. He goes after Lex Luthor. He tries to defend the fortress.
Did you like when Crypto attacks Lex in his office?
In hindsight, it's
a little silly.
Yeah,
it kind of makes Lex like, because I love that shot, and even the music. Because I was listening to the score a little bit earlier. There's a score called like Lex the Betrayer, like something like that, and it's the scene where Superman and Lex are just looking at each other and he's like crying and shit. I'm like, God, that's fucking awesome. Like that's setting up their relationship. But I thought it kind of like makes the character a little bit sillier when you have the dog just moving him around the office and Superman's like, Crypto, stop. So I think it could have been toned down a little bit. But I love that scene of Crypto getting the drones that control Ultraman. Because that was awesome. Like when he was like 1A, like telling Ultraman what to do, but then taking... It was almost a play on Crypto fucking around at Mr. Terrific's little... The drones or whatever that he's using. Whatever he called him something like T something.
Balls?
T-balls or something.
I don't know. So spheres?
T-spheres.
Okay, it was spheres. Yeah,
good call. That was what it was. When Crypto was fucking around with those in the Pocket Universe. So that was a good callback. So I like Crypto. I think it could have been toned down a little bit, but it was fun, and I'm interested to see how Crypto plays into the Supergirl movie now. Because as we're seeing where we're going, Crypto's definitely going to be in that.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm interested.
What would you have done differently to wrap up the Lex Luthor scene and not have Crypto?
I really think we just needed that shot of them staring at each other and then send them off to Belle Reeve. Like that shot instills their rivalry as, characters.
Would have been cool if like Lex goes to just to have some physicality, something simple like Lex goes to throw a punch.
Maybe
Superman
something
just catches his hand, just literally breaks his hand.
Maybe. I don't think it was needed. I think that shot is using visual storytelling to tell us all we need.
And just cut.
This was one of those moments where an emotional beat gets bogged down by the comedy a little bit. That's where I see this moment. That's how I feel about it. But talking about the Pocket Universe, what do you think of Anthony Carrigan as Metamorpho?
I like Anthony Carrigan.
Me too.
I liked him in Gotham when he played Victor Zsasz. I feel like I've seen him in something else too. I like him, and I thought he was cool as Metamorpho.
Was the voice a little jarring with how he looked at first?
Yeah, it didn't match up.
Yes, that's how I felt. But then it almost kind of... God, they even made a fucking toy out of that Baby Joey thing.
Yep.
Which, God, that thing was uncanny.
But I guess that's how... It's not unlike James Gunn.
Yeah.
Like, do I really expect a raspy Bradley Cooper to come out of Rocket Raccoon? Or Groot to just say a few words and that's it? I mean...
I think we're just so conditioned to it now, yeah.
So for him to have this character look a certain way, but the voice doesn't really... Like, you would think maybe a deeper, harder voice or something, but then it's really like an empathetic voice. He just kind of sounds like one of us.
Yeah.
And which I like. Like, I had no problem with it. I really liked Metamorpho.
I made it, me too. And I'm happy he's joining the Justice Gang. I mean, I love that scene where he's like, Justice Gang? That's a good name. And Guy Gardner's like, well, fuck it, you're in. Like, that got a good laugh out of me, but...
People say Mr. Terrific stole the movie when he's in it. I feel like I could say the same thing about Guy Gardner. I mean, you were laughing when he was using the ring to go after Lex's guys.
Yeah, like, I could see people being like, oh, that's so, like, a little on the nose with him doing the middle fingers coming out and stuff, but it looked good.
Yeah.
The VFX looked really cool. Like, all the Green Lantern shit looked awesome. And even when he comes and saves the kid with the Superman flag, like, that was cute.
I like that.
I mean, again, that's also kind of... Nah, it's not comedy, really, like an emotional moment. But again, I would have loved to explore more of, like, that country Boravia and, like, the political tones and corruption and everything. The movie doesn't really leave time for that. Again, that's what I meant, like... Maybe that's going to be explored in future films. It's laying the roots because there's a lot of different themes and tones being thrown around. But yeah, there were everything. It was fun.
I think they might have wrapped. I mean, in a contrast to what you just said, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get into it with the country war and whatnot because they do basically say this was set up by Lex.
Yeah, it was like a proxy war.
Right.
At first, it makes you think that he wants to be king and have that Luther whatever country, whatever it was called. But then the movie kind of reveals that it was all just to fuck with Superman.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah, big commitment. Like,
and
that's a different level of pettiness.
Do the countries now cease fire and stop just because of that? So that is out in the open, because just because they find out, hey, this guy was behind it, doesn't mean they necessarily stop. So that is still a potential, like, dangling carrot out there. Like, that we don't know. In my mind, I feel like they wrapped it up.
Yeah.
But then again, in real life, like, if they find out what was the real truth, are those people just going to stop? Like,
Yeah,
probably not.
I really can't get that image of that baby Joey thing out of my head, though. That thing is a fucking nightmare. I don't know if it fucking creeped you out, man. That thing was fucking disturbing.
Yeah, it didn't bother me.
It looked so ugly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, we saw some wacky shit in that movie.
Really, the fucking monkeys and the Twitter thing, and the monkeys like writing tweets and everything. Like, it was insane. This movie's insane.
I do think, like we talked about, I think that is James Gunn
inserting himself into the movie.
And how the internet treated him when old tweets came up and he lost the Guardians 3 gig, then he got casted back in or whatever, brought back in. I do think that's like his take on, I think maybe how society is.
Yeah.
Like how people can just be these brainless, I mean, monkeys are really smart animals, but just still, you know, just these individuals who are just typing away. They're just.
I wonder why he chose monkeys. Maybe because the intellect of monkeys and how smart they are to be able to do that, to be trained to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But also, what is that choice saying? I'm not completely sure, actually, but.
I mean, unless he's also just saying, you guys are just a bunch of animals.
Bunch of animals, yeah. Wild animals.
Yeah, as well.
Could be it. Anything else you want to cover?
How'd you feel about the ending of the movie? Just
it was nice. I love that. I like that punk rocker song. It was cute. I like how in the credits there's the crab joys.
Yes,
that was a little nice touch to be able to make that. But I really, at first I thought it was gonna be him looking at the message of his parents again and seeing it through a new lens. But then when it was like the foster parents and it was all those cute things, like, it got me a little bit. It was like, okay, this made me feel good. It was, you know.
That's the one time I turned my brain on, like, for real with that movie, is when he's like, play the message. I was like, that's gonna be Ma and Pa.
Nice.
Like, I was like, that's gotta be. I was like, now that he's found out the truth.
This movie was really cool because because sometimes I get so jaded about the superhero films, and like I get all like film schooly pretentious about it. This movie just made me feel good. It made me happy, and like it was so giddy. That's why I would recommend it to people.
Absolutely. It's a fun time. It's not necessarily connected to anything. You can go into it and not have to worry about what you know, what you don't know, what you've already watched, what you haven't watched, what's to come. Just go see Superman.
Yeah, go see Superman.
That's it. It's a fun movie.
As a start to a universe, it's cool. There's a lot of roots that could be expanded on and grown. But just the episodic and fun nature of it, that's where this movie succeeds, and I think that's why it's doing so well, is that word of mouth. I mean, you said it was like one of the biggest, it's the biggest opening for a Superman movie.
For the opening weekend, it's the biggest for a solo Superman movie.
Yeah. This is what I think that just speaks that this is what was needed right now.
Yeah, and I do think it's a big word of mouth movie.
Definitely.
That some people are going to be skeptical, but when they keep hearing from people like, oh, this is really good, it's a lot of fun, you should go take your kids, don't wait for it to come to streaming. You know, they're giving an IMAX 3D, Dolby, regular. Like, you have multiple ways to see this movie.
I mean, my dad was an accountant, busy guy, and he actually wants to go see this just because of what he's heard. I mean, that punk rocker song's all over TikTok. I mean, it's kind of blowing up.
Yeah.
I know there's a big controversy in terms of like how the movie's being received and like the Snyder fans and everything, but I hope that will just die down and people could just have a good time with this.
I think it will. I think
fuck we did. So
I mean, when you look at the numbers, if you're going to go by that, it's literally the numbers, like whether it's the critics, the audience, what it's pulling in, like money wise, it's working.
Yes.
And there already are rumors of 2 shows, one on Mr. Terrific and one on Jimmy Olsen, like 2 spinoffs. So
interesting. The Jimmy and Eve thing is kind of whatever to me. He was that Skylar, what's his name? Skylar Gizondo. Like he's funny.
A whole show with him.
Whole show though doesn't work. The movie didn't sell me on that. The movie didn't sell me on that. The movie sold me on Mr. Terrific. I'm there day one.
Yeah.
But Jimmy Olsen was whatever.
I agree. As we're closing it out here, also, real quick, just before we get to ratings, John Murphy's score. Him and Dave Fleming worked on this. John Murphy did Suicide Squad, James Gunn's, and he did Guardians 3. I loved his score.
Me too.
I love the fact that he used John Williams' original. He added electric guitar, whatever else. I'm not a big music guy in terms of how that shit works.
I really like the electric guitar and everything on this. And I love the Luther Corp theme.
Yes.
Like how moody and like
That
bratty
was
it
an
is.
awesome theme.
Really fucking awesome theme. Like I could listen to that a lot.
Yeah.
I literally was listening it while I was driving here. So.
And one more thought too. I've always said that there was potential for Eisenberg. Like I really do feel that way. I think they were setting up like, okay, he's this young, in over his head with his success, with his ego, with who he thinks he is versus who he is. Holt is doing that.
Yeah.
I feel like he's doing the better version of what we got. He is the young guy. You want to maybe say he's an Elon Musk or a Jeff Bezos type or something like that. Like you can definitely have that comparison.
The cards are just aligning really well this time. Like Corn Sweat works with Gunn really well. Corn Sweat works with Holt really well. All these things are aligning. Like this is just the cards falling into the right place at the right time. I don't think it was like that for Batman v Superman.
Oh no, I totally agree.
Like this is everything flowing and working together well. Like if there's a different director, I don't think Corn Sweat and Holt could work.
I agree.
Because they're very zany performances.
Yeah.
I mean, what he's saying like what the hey and stuff, and it's David Cornsweat. You know, it's like what the hey. I mean, but like it works.
I think this movie with somebody else could be a disaster.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
This is just everything falling into its right place.
Yep.
So
all right.
It's a lucky movie.
From one, what do we want?
What are we gonna call this? The Riff rating?
Yeah.
The Riff rating. Yeah.
So are we doing 5 star? We didn't even talk about this yet. Are we doing 5 stars, 1 to 10? I'm a 1 to 10 guy.
I'm a 1 to 10 guy too.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Riff rating 1 to 10.
All right. You go. What are you giving it?
Again, I really hate rating things and giving things like an arbitrary number. My mind does not work like that. But for the sake of this, I'm landing at about an 8.
Oh, I'm 8 flat.
You're 8 flat?
Absolutely.
All right, well, we're really aligned with this thing.
Yeah, I'm an easy 8.0.
And you know what? One. It's basic. I don't even look at this as a movie. I'm not even going off filmmaking, everything. I'm just going off how this made me feel. This like improved, like it made my mood better for the day. I was having a good day beforehand anyways, but it just made me happy and giddy, and like that's why I would recommend it to people. It's like feel good movie, super fun, like that's why I'm at the 8.
Okay, and one other, you know this about me. Mm-hmm. I've left you videos or voicemails doing voices of characters or whatnot. After I saw that movie, was texting with somebody about the film, and I was like, I'd be lying if I said, as I told this individual, I said, I'd be lying if I said I didn't, after I saw the movie, just started doing the whole, when he's sitting down for the interview, and he's like, Miss Lane. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
Like, he's just, the way he just...
God, even the way he was, like, saying, he's like, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Like, he has like a weird little thing.
I love that.
Yeah, I love it.
In my head, I've walked around my apartment going, Miss Lane. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that on a girl at some point.
Oh, God.
Anyway. All right. So we're at an 8. Superman rules.
Go see it.
Go see it. Fuck this waiting for streaming. Go see Superman.
Go see this in IMAX because I'm going to go back and see it in IMAX. I'm fucking sad we didn't see it in IMAX.
Same here. Thank you for listening to the Real Riff podcast.
Check us out and wherever you get your podcasts, we'll be there.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, share, word of mouth, all that good stuff. And I'm feeling pretty super.
Yeah, me too. All right.
We're done.
We're done.
See you, everybody. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.